Okay, so first, what is sequelize? If you go to the documentation here, see what it will tell you. Sequelize is an ORM. An ORM means object relational mapper. It will help you just to query your data more securely, and you don't have to write any query here. So I don't have to write select all from student and so on and so on and so on. So what this ORM is going to do is going to help me to query my data in a secure manner. So what can I do to use this ORM? All I have to do, I need to install the package here, which is called Sequelize. So I need to say npm install Sequelize, and I've already installed Sequelize for you. So if I go to package.json, as you can see, I already have Sequelize. Now the second thing we need to install here, which variant we are using. So are we using SQL 2, or are you using MariaDB or SQLite or Oracle? Of course, as you know, we already using MySQL, and we already also installed MySQL to this drive. We will need to use this drive as well. So in the template, I already have MySQL 2 installed, as you can see here. And that's the two package only I need. I don't need anything else. That's it. SQLize and MySQL 2. Okay, after I install this one, now I need somehow to make a connection between my server, my SQL server, and between SQLize. But how can I make this connection? Well, to make this connection, I will go to config db.js. As you can see here in config, I have nothing. I will keep it this way. I'm not going to add anything in config. I'm going now to something called module. Inside the module, I will add another file which is called index.js. You are with me? In the index.js, as you can see, I'm going to write all my code here. And after that, I will need to create two modules, one module for user and one module for book, because my project will be just the same as last project, but here I will be using SQLize. So what should I do first? Well, I can import .env here. As you can see, line 1, I'm importing .env from .env. I'm going to import the path and the dir name, and I'm going to import file URL to path. Can anyone tell me why we are importing those? Why we are importing those three? Why do we need those three here?
To navigate,
I'm sorry, Omra?
to navigate to the.
Because now yes, because now I am inside the module. So as I told you, if there is any file inside another module, it cannot see .env file. So that's the reason why I need to construct my bus, and I need to tell .env, okay, the .env exists. You need to go outside of this module, and then you will find it there. So that's the reason why I'm importing this stuff. The second thing I need to import here is called data type. And remember, D is capital here, data type and SQLize. SQLize is a class from SQLize. This one is a class, and this one here is different data type. Fine. Ignore those for now. Ignore those. So here, what I'm going to do, well, first I need to construct my path. So I need to see file name. Are you with me? Are you with me? Those are just some settings. You don't need to worry about them, but I think it's a good idea just to understand how they are working. We need to construct the path here. So my file name, it will be file URL, import meta.url. This one, it will give me the full path to the file here, but I don't want the full path to the file. I want to the full path to the directory, which will be module. So I need to say dir name, or I can just name it path if I want to. It's fine. So I can name it path here, all cap path like that, as we used to. So let's just name it path like that. If I can pronounce path. So pass here, it will be the dir name, and now I will pass the file. And here, what I can do, I can use the path.resolve. Instead of dir name, I'm going to use the path like that. And then I will say, go out of this folder module, and then you will find .env there. And that's simply what I'm doing here. So I'm doing all this job. Why? Just to show inside this file, okay, to find .env, you need to go out, and then outside of this directory, then you will find .env. Simply like that. Nothing new. We've studied this one before. Yes, Agnieszka. Join. Or resolve. Resolve work as well. But we get used to use join, so let's use join. Okay, now after that, what should I do? Well, now I need to create a new object from Sequelize. And in order to create a new object from the class, I need to say const Sequelize or any name you want to. It's equal to new Sequelize. Now, when I told you the Sequelize here, it's a class. Now here I need to pass some data here. So what are these data? Well, first I need to pass the database name. So I need to say process.env.database name. And here I need to pass the user, which will be root. I need to pass the password, and it will be your password. And after that here, I can import and I can define an object. Inside this object, I can put host. DLX, that means which variant I am using. In my case, we are using MySQL because we have Postgres, we have MySQL, we have SQLite, we have a lot of different stuff. What we want to use, well, we already have MySQL server, so I'm going to use MySQL. Here, dialogued option, I don't think you will need this dialogued option here. It's specifically for my device Mac because it cannot find the socket. So I am just telling the socket is in temp in MySQL.socket, but for you, I don't think you'll need it. Okay? So for you, you will not need this one more probably. And here I'm defining the pool. If you remember in MySQL, we create a pool, same idea. And in pool here, I defined what the maximum connection, maximum number of the collection, it's 5. The minimum, it will be 0. Acquire and these two are just some setting related to how I want the connection to be fast. So don't worry about them. Just use the same numbers. That's it. Yes, Agnieszka.
In MySQL, we use limit something and it was 10 by default, and here is 5 is the same.
In MySQL, we use what?
Yeah.
Promise?
Limit something, I don't remember, and 10 as a default.
Import MySQL from MySQL to /promise. 29. 10. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a number. I can now make it 10. It's fine. It's just how many connection do I want it make to my database at the same time. But I don't need 5 because I'm the only one working in the project. You got my point. But if you go to the documentation here, and now if I go to the documentation and notice here, so let me try to connect first. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? New Sequelize. Module instant, module basic. No. No. No module query, getter validation constraint. No, 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 no. I should be here in get start actually. It was pull, right? So let me click on pull. And let me try to search for it. Connection pull. Agnieszka, as you can see, pull here max 5, main 0, acquire 13,000, IDLE 10,000. So it's written in the documentation, and that's the reason why I copy pasted. Yes, because here this Sequelize, I did not create this library. So if I want to use it, I need to go to the documentation to see how they are using it. That's the idea of the documentation. Okay, after I done that, what should I do now? I will try to authenticate. So I will say Sequelize, which is my object, dot authenticate. Authenticate, that means it will try to connect to my database, make sure that the username is correct and the password is correct. And this authenticate here, it's just a function. And after that, what should I do? Dot then, I will just look, connect has been established successfully. Now, if I got to this one, flow connect has been established successfully, that means I successfully connected to my database. Simply like that. If there is any error, it will be say unable to connect to database, and it will show me the error. Simply like that. Yes,
Yes.
those are some settings. Okay, you go to the documentation again. If I go to the documentation and I try to look for them, connect, it will show you how we can connect to my database. So connect. No, not connect, pool, introduction. If I go to next, Mm. Here, as you can see, SQLize.authenticates and connection has been established successfully. Then if I have any error, unable to connect to my database, and I will see the error like that, simply like that. So that's how can I connect to my SQL server using SQLite here. Again, you don't need to worry about these settings, they are just subsetting. Now, what is important for me? What's important for me now, I'm going to declare a variable which is called db, and I will make it equal to an empty object. Then I'm going to include SQLize class and also SQLize object. Both of them I will include it inside this new object I create. So I will say db.SQLize the class, it's equal to SQLize, db.SQLize as the instance is equal to SQLize. And now each time I want to create a table, I need to add it also to db.user, db.book, and so on. So I need to add everything inside this db. And now I will export this db at the end, and now I can import it inside my controller and try to connect to any table I want to. Is the idea clear here? No, yes, maybe. Yes, Agnieszka.
And why we don't put inside the braces?
It is the same. There's no difference. Here I am just creating an object just to make it clear. I am creating an object, then I'm saying db.SQLize because I can access, I can define a new property. db.SQLize is equal to SQLize. db.SQLize here is the instance equal to SQLize. If you want, you can put it directly inside the object, but this way it's cleaner. It show you what we are adding to this db. First, we are adding the class SQLize, then we are adding the instance SQLize, then we are adding this table, which is user. Then we are adding book, okay? And then after that, I will just say db SQLize sync. Sync, that's mean if I make changes to my database, I want you to force, I want to sync this database. I want to show these changes here. And then here, yes, sync, done. What's important for me now, do you understand this one before you move to the table? Agnieszka? Can you speak up, please? Yeah, but just relax. No, not now. Just ignore these tables because we didn't go inside the table yet. Ignore this one and ignore this one for now. Just ignore those. Is it okay like that now? Force, that means, do I want to by force every time I modify something, do I want to sync my data by force? No, not by force. I don't need to do that. Either true or false. The default value in the documentation is false. So I don't want to, when I make changes, I want to be synchronized according to the database availability. So I will not force it to happen immediately. Okay. Then I'm just console.log and yes, resync data or resync done. Yes, no. It's just some setting here. You don't really need to understand this setting because if you go to the documentation, the settings are there. That just show you how you can use this setting. Okay, so it will show you here. If you go step by step and go to all this documentation here, you will find model basic. So you will find all these one, how we are using them, what is sync, what is how can I sync my database, but all of them inside the documentation here. I'm not bringing anything from my side, it's just from documentation. Yes. Okay, now fine. Now let's go first to user. Now how can I create a module? To create a module table or user, or to create a table user, I need to create a function. So I will name it const user, const create user. And this create user need to receive two stuff. The first one, it will be SQLize. Can anyone tell me what is SQLize, lowercase? What is SQLize, lowercase? What was SQLize, lowercase? Here. What is SQLize here? It is an object. It's an instant I created from my class SQLize. Okay, So I created an instant because this is a class, so this is an instant here. It's equal to new class, and I'm passing all my authentication here. So simply to create any table I want to, I need to just create a function, create user, and it will receive SQLize the object and data type. I will need data type. Why? Because simply here inside user, when I define user, I will say SQLize. I'm using the instant.define user. Remember here the table name, it will be user plural, but here in SQLize, I need to define this one as a singular. So it will be single user, but it will create a table and it will be user with S. Okay. What different property I need? Well, I need an ID. Type. What type of data I want to be? Well, now I can use data type. Data type dot integer because I want it to be integer. Auto increment. Do I want the ID to be auto increment? Yes, I want the ID to be auto increment. True. Primary key? Yes, I want it to be primary key. The email, all type data type string. So I want my email to be string and maximum character 15 here. In string, I can define how many character I want to sequelize. Then do I want it to be unique? Yes, I want it to be unique. Should I allow null? No, I should not allow null. Password, the type data type dot string, allow null false. Unlike that, I will define the schema. That's what we call schema of my table user. And here I just need to return users, then I need to export create user. Yes, Agnieszka.
Data types, you have the same as in SQL or different? Because here you use string and no varchar.
They are different. Because in SQL, we have much more different data type comparing to MySQL. So SQLize give you a lot of other data type. And if you want to know what different data type you have, what you can do here, you can just go to the documentation. As you can see, we have data type.string. We have data type.string. And here we have data type.integer, auto increment true, primary key true. And I can go here also the same idea. And here's integer. SQLize defined. So if you go down, you can see different data types. Actually, let me try to log it. That's also in the
But
documentation.
if for string, for example, we don't need varchar. There is no varchar, but we don't need, we put the limit of the parentheses like you show.
I'm sorry. Again, Omar.
It's not important.
Tell me what's the
No,
problem.
no, continue.
Okay. Here is a documentation. Actually, Agnieszka, they are defining false to true, not in false. So I'm going back to my code and I'm gonna modify this one from false to true. That means whenever I make some changes, I want to force my SQLize to synchronize my data. That means any change I make, I want to be directly reflected to the table I created. And the documentation actually they make force true. So by force they will resync. So if I make any changes, it will implement these changes on my database. That's first. And now if I go here and I search for data type, let's search for data type, data type, click on this one. So as you can see, I have this data type here. I have integer, I have big int, I have date only, I have decimal, I have what else? Date again. And what else? Yeah, I can even create an array if I want to. Data type dot array, data type dot blob, which is blob we've seen here is the same type in MySQL. You can create an enum. So you have a lot of different data type here, as you can see. You're not gonna, yes.
Image,
No, image, if you make it a blob, the problem with blob is it's gonna convert it to binary. So you can just make it string. If it's image, you can just make it string. Okay? That should be okay for now. Fine. So let's go to the first table I'm going to create here. It will be user. I need to create, as I told you, I need to create a function which will be create user, and I need to export it immediately. After that, I can just say const user. Notice the user with capital U here. It's equal to sequelize my object dot define user single user, and then here I can put all my property between these parentheses here, all my property. The ID, I wanted data type to be integer, I want the auto increment to be true, primary key to be true, email, I want the type to be string, and I want it to be unique, allow null false, password here, type it will be string, and also I should allow null false. And then at the end I need to return the user, and now here I need to export this function. Now where I'm gonna import this function? I need to import this function inside the index here. So as you can see, here I am importing user or create user table. I'm importing it here. And also if I want to create book, I need to import it here. And after that, when I come to the end like that, and here I will say, here I will execute the function. And db.user, because that's the table I create, it's equal to create user. That's the function which will create a table user for me. And here, this function takes two parameters, the instance, equalize, and data type. Same for book. I feel like it's not clear. It's too much.
Why do we need it?
Why do we need sequelize? Because now sequelize, it will make it very easy. If I want to access anything in my database, all I have to do is I have to say user.find1 or user.find all, and it will give me all my data from the database. So I don't need to write any query anymore. I just can use some function inside sequelize and it will automatically give it to me. You got the point? It make everything easy. Okay. I think Agnieszka, you are asking about this one here. DB user has many. Okay. Now we have books and we have user. Can a single user have multiple books? Can multiple book have different user? No. So when you buy a book, can multiple people buy the same book?
The same or?
So one user can buy multiple book, but not multiple book, or the same book cannot be bought by two person. So the relation, what we call it, it's one to many. That means one user can have multiple books. Okay, can paste multiple books, but one book should belong to one user, and that's the reason why we say user has many books. And here books belong to a user. So one single book belong to user, but single user can have multiple book, and that's what you call the relation one to many. One to many. So one user can have multiple books.
More about those relationships.
So the relation here, so actually it is explained here. So one. So if you go here in the documentation, we have association. What do I mean by association? Well, when I create two different table, I need somehow to connect this table. That means I need a primary key in one table and I want a foreign key in another table. I need to make connection between them. So I need to think here. Okay, I have one user here and I have multiple books. Now, when a user go to his account, can he post multiple books or not? Yes, that means one user can have multiple books. So the relation here is one to many. It's just logical thinking, that's it. And of course, because user can post multiple books, that means one book should belong to one user. One book, so this user can post multiple books, but each book belongs to specific user, not to multiple user, to specific user. And that's what we call relation one to many. Clear? Many to many, for example, let's say, I need to think of good example. Hmm? I'm thinking of good example. Let me check, maybe they have an example. Many to many. Many to many. Mm, just a second, just a second, just a second. Yeah, here they give us an example, user and profile. I don't think that's cool. No.
Okay, the example of Google show me, customers can purchase various products,
Mm.
products can be purchased by many customers.
Just a second, user profile, no. Profile user, no. I can't think of good example. Mm, yeah, here is just tell us class and student maybe. So one student can have multiple classes. You can have math, you can have computer, you can have whatever different class. And also one class can belong to multiple students. So the class, it will not be just for one student, it could be for multiple students. And this relation is many to many. Okay? That should be fine. I mean, yeah, that's basically how, that's just different setting here. And by the way, I've already created this table for you. I create all of these, the user table for you. And now your job, what is your job? Well, your job is very simple. All you have to do now, you need to go to your controller. And in controller here, you need to implement, and you need to implement this new one. I will just show you one here in books here, in user book. So let me go to routes here and let me go to books. And as you can see in book route, I don't have any books. So let me create different route here. So you have all of that in the template. Everything you have, the setting you have, everything is prepared for you. But now let's create some route for book. I will create a route to get all book, get one book, add book, delete book, and update book. So let me create these different routes. So I can route.get like that. Okay, let me remove this function for now. That's get. What else? What the different route I want? So let's get by ID, and also I need to post, I need to put, and I need to delete. That's all I need. But let me put after the slash here, let's say, I can just name book, for example. It will be fine. Just book. Book like that. And this one must be slash. And here, let's add book. Here, it's up to you to add book or not, by the way. Book. And in here, I want to add book as well. Voila. So that's my different route here. Now what do I want to do here? I can go to my index. I've already imported my books route, as you can see, and I add API here. So everything should be working for you. Okay, now let's run my server now, npm run dev. If I do that, everything should be fine. I shouldn't see any problem here. Now what I need to do, after I created my route, I imported my route in the index.js. Now I need to go to my controller. If I go to my controller here, let me just put this route to here. Just a second. That's my route, and that's my controller, which will be BF controller. Click on that, click on that. That should be good. Okay. Yes, Agnieszka. This one? Yes, I need slash indeed. You're right. Okay. Now in the controller here, what I am doing here. So I have my book controller. I created an object. I am exporting this object. I need to import DB. So this DB from index.js, which is inside the module, I told you we need to import this DB. So if I go back here and I'm adding all this property to DB, and at the end I am exporting DB. So now this DB include the user module, it includes the book module, it includes Sequelize the classes, includes the instance, include everything here. And I'm exporting this one here. Now I need to import it inside my controller. So that's the first step. And I'm importing, as you can see, db from /module/index.js. Now here, because my controller is book controller, and now I can define my module here, or my schema book. So I can just say const book is equal db.books. Why db.books? Why db.books?
This is the
Because that's how I saved it. So if you go back now to db here, I said db.create. So let me show you again. Let me click on this one. Let me go down. As you can see here, I'm saying db.user, it's equal to create user. And create user here, this function, it will return me a user module. And same idea here, create book, and return me a book module. So where I am saving it, I'm saving it inside db.books. Okay, so now if I go to my controller here and I say db.books, it will give me the module I created for my book. Simply like that. Yes, Agnieszka, or no? The module, by module, I mean this one here. That's the module. Book. That's it. So this book here, it will be a table. It's not in an array, it's inside an object. It's an object. The module is an object, as you can see. So it has one different column. The first column is ID, the second column is title, the third column is author, the first column or the fourth column is price, then image, then user IDs, which is the foreign key here. So this module here is, now it will create a table for me. A module is a schema, okay? It defined how many column do I have, and after that I can use it to create a table. That's what we are doing. Yes? Yes, Daria? Okay, but that's not the juicy part here. I will not create a table myself. Sequelize will create a table for me. The important part here, and now I need to go to inside my book controller, and now I need to create a different function for those. For first one here, it will be get all. So I can just say get all, and get all, it will be a sync function. Why it will be a sync function? Why it will be a sync function? Why all of them it will be a sync function? Because I'm trying to connect to database. That's this operation here, it's async operation, it will take some time. So all my function here must be a sync function, all of them. Okay, now I have get all, get one, because I need get one here, add or create, then I have a base, then I have delete. Now delete as a keyword is reserved keyword, so I need to be careful with it. I'm gonna rename it to remove. Now all I need to do here, I need to import this guy here. So let's try to import our controller. I just say import, import books from dot slash module. Yeah, but that's not what I want to. I need to import my my controller. So I need to say import book controller from dot slash controller book.js. Voila. So I import my controller. Now I can destructure it. So when I import my controller, notice something happen here. Something strange happened, as you can see. What do you think it happened here? Ignore it. Now we'll see what happened. Now I can destructure all this function here, get all blah blah blah. And now what I can do here, I can just say get all, and here I can just say get one, and here I can just say create, and here I can just say update, and here I can just say remove. Voila. So whenever I connect my controller to my route directly, as you can see in the console, I see what's happening here at all time. When I make the changes, as you can see, is say yes, resync done. It will try now to create my table automatically. So Sequelize, it will create my table automatically for me. It will sync everything. Now all I have to do now, I need just to somehow find a way to get my data. That's it. I did not create anything, by the way. I just created the module, and in the module I said I need ID, I need email, I need password, and I define what type of data they are and some condition, and then SQL has create everything for me. Voila, like that. Okay, now let's go back to our controller here. In the first controller, which will be get all, what should I do here? What do you think I should do? What should I do to get all books? So let's try to say const books. It's equal. Now I need to use, of course, I'm going to use await. Now I can use my module book, and I can just say dot find all. We have a function. We have a function in SQLize which is called find all. And what find all is doing here, it will go grab all the book for me. So if I don't know where is find all you have to do, just go to the documentation or SQLize. So SQLize come with a lot of functionality. Now what I'm looking for find all. So if I click on find all, voila. So find all method is already known for the previous tutorials. It just help you to select all. In my case, it's book, so it will help me to find all the books which exist in my database currently. I can use find by BK, by primary key, or I can use find one if I want to as well. So it's totally depend on what I want. What do I want? Okay, this one is simple now. What this guy is going to return, it will gonna return an array, and I can log it just to show you. Let's do that. And now let's go to my here. What was the route? It was localhost 5004, I think, /API/book, just book, I think. Okay. And as you can see here, is that correct? /book/ just says book. Well, I'm not sending any response. That's the reason why I'm not getting anything. API/get, no, API/book. And that should actually work, but I'm not sending any response. Let me try to send a response here. All I have to do here, I can just say rest status or rest status, I'll make it 200, and then I will send JSON for now. Status 200, and in here I'm gonna just pass JSON here. So let's try to test it again. Now here, if I send another request, as you can see, localhost 5004/API/book, refresh. What do I have here? I have empty array. Why do I have an empty array? Because simply I did not add any data yet to my books. So now what is returning here? It's return an empty array. So I can do that all. And now I can check the condition, check if the array links is nothing. I can tell them currently we don't have any books if I want to, or I can simply just send the array. I will make it simple for now. I'm just gonna send the array for now. Now get one. What should I do in get one? It's the same idea in get one. So I can just say const book. It's equal to await, and now I need to use my module book. So I can just say book. What is the name of the function? Find one. And here, when I say find one, this one here, find one is uppercase. When I say find one, I need to pass an object. And in this object, I need to define something. So maybe I can say the ID here because I have an ID. I want the ID to be equal to ID. But where I will get the ID? Well, I will get my ID from the params. And voila, as you can see here. Now, when I send a request to book/ID, I will grab the ID, and then here I'm just find me this book where the ID is equal to this ID. And if it exists, it will return me an object. If it does not exist, now we will see what it returns. So let me return the same here. And now let's go to here. And let's try to grab a book with ID 1. Let's see what will happen. What do I have? Why do I have null? Because the book does not exist currently. I don't have the book currently. So what I can do here, I can now make a small check here. Because if the book exists, it will return me an object. If the book does not exist, it will return me. If the book exists, it will return me an object. If it does not exist, it will return me null. So what I can do here, I can just say if book. That means if it's not null, I will just say arrays.status 200. I will send the book. Else, that means I will have null. I can do here, I can just send book with ID 1 not found, simply like that. Okay, guys? Now what I need to do, I need to create. Actually, I need to create a lot because currently my database is empty. My table book is empty, so we need to do create, and like that I will be able to add a lot of books. Now to create here, what different property I need? Well, I need to go, I will need to click on this one. Just a second, just a second. Student and courses. Yes, Samuel sent me. Thank you, Samuel. I need to go to books here. Okay, what property do I need here? For books, do I need ID? Do I need ID? Do I need ID? The ID is being automatically filled by SQLize. So I need title. What title should be? It must be a string. Can I not pass it? No, I need to pass it because allow null is false. So I need title, I need author, which will be string, I need the price, which will be decimal, and I need an image, and also I need the user ID. So user ID, that's because here this one it will be a foreign key. So currently I don't have any users. So I will just add user with ID one here. I need this information. How can I pass this different information? From where I can get this information? From the body. So I can just say const title, author, price, image, user ID. I will get all of them from the body. And when I have all of them now, I can just check on SQLize to see, can I create one? Find or create, find and count. Here, let's try to find create. Find or create I have. Well, I can use this one, find or create. So I will try to find this book, and if it does not exist, it will create this book for me. But I should have something called find alone. Will create an entry in the table unless it can find one following the query option. Where name is like that, default job. Find and count. Let's try to use this one here, which is find or create. Okay, so I can just say const new book. The new book here, it will be equal to an object. I need to pass the title. I need to pass the author. I need to pass the price. I need to pass the image, and I need to pass the user ID, all of them. And then what I can do here, I can just say const book or new book, whatever you want to. And I can say it's equal to await book. That's my module dot create. Maybe I have create. I will try to create the book. And now what I'm going to do here, I can just rest status 201 if it's been created successfully and or JSON. So what I can do now, let's try to create a book and see if that will work or not. I'm not quite sure if that will work or not. But what I did here, I grab all this value, I put all of them inside an object, and then I say just await book. That's my module dot create, and I'm passing here the new book here. And let's see if that will work. I don't know. I need to use Postman here. Let's try to use Postman. Click. So it's for, I think it's 5004 it was, /API/book, like that. And the method was post, right? Because I'm trying to create a new book. And now here in the body, I can choose JSON, and now I can pass this data. What was the first parameter? It was title, right? So title, let's add title and name it hello title. We had author, if I'm not mistaken. No, and in author, let's add author for now. What else do we have? Price. How much the price we want? I want to be 22.3 dollar here. What the hell is going on here? Yeah. Okay, so I have price, I have title, I have author. What else I need? I need image, I suppose. It was image. Image, and then I need user ID. Yes. So let's go to the image here, and let's add the image like that. And now I can add any image I want to. So let me go and search for any book. Book image. Yeah, we will just choose this one here. Copy image address. Now I can go to my postman again. I can paste this one like that. It's very huge, but that's fine. And after that, what do I need? I need the last one. It will be user underscore ID. User underscore ID. And let's add for now one. I know user with ID one does not exist, but let's now just pretend that the user with ID one exists. And now let's try to send a request. And error socket hang up. Why? And let's see what's going on here. So as you can see here, I think it's already, so insert into books, as you can see, ID, title, author, price, image, user ID, created that, updated that, value. And now here I'm adding all this value, and that should be okay actually. But maybe this guy here is too long, so maybe I can find another one. Let's just copy image address. It's very long, this one. Sorry? No, it's a number. It's number. And let's try to send the request again. And here say error connect cannot send a request. Why? I think this one is being crashed. Let me run my server again. Okay, now let's try to send it now. Yeah, but the book is being created actually. Do I no? Cannot add or update a child draw a foreign key constraint. User ID. So what it's telling me is simply you don't have any user, so you cannot just simply add it this way. You don't have any user. You need to have a user. So because there is a foreign key between this one and table user, and you don't have any user, so you cannot add it. So first I need to create user. But that's simply the idea. Voila. Maybe we can add few user first here. I need to stop here and I need to go to the user because it does not allow me to create anything if I don't have the user. So for now, what I can do here, I will try just to create a dummy user. I will not validate anything. I will just create two dummy users, just like that. So what I can do, I can go to users here, and now I need to add a few routes here. And here it will be to get user form here. It will be router.post. Not get, it will be post. And here I can just say slash register. And here register. And I need login. And I need login, and then I need logout. Voila. I need to do the same. I need to go to user routes. I'm sorry, user controllers. And in user controller, I've already imported DB for you. You already have the user module. And now here I will need how many function? Well, I will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 function. So here the first one, I can just say, for example, get register. and get register, it will be a sync function. And then here I can just say post register, get login, post login, and here get logout. I need to import those here. So import user controller from user controller.js. And now here I can just destructure my function. Voila. And here, of course, register, it's get, so I need to add get register. For this one, I need to add post register. For this one, I need to add get login, post login, and here and get logout. Voila. So what do I want to do? Well, I want to be able to post register to create a new user here. And in order to do so, or to be able to do so, what I can say here, I can just say const. Now for the username and the email, I'm not gonna verify anything. I'm not gonna validate anything because I'm just trying to create a dummy user for now. I can just say const, let's take username or email because I need an email. Email, it's equal to, I will just say Sam gmail.com. For you, you need to verify everything. And for password here, const password, it's equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think the password here, I need one uppercase. That's not gonna work, so it must be user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exclamation mark. That will be the password. Now let's try to create a new user here, and I can just say const user. It's equal to a new no, const user. It's equal to await, and you can user dot create. And now here I can just create this user. I need to pass the email, of course. Email and password. Voila. And here now I just send the response to that I have created this user. So now let's send a request to this route here, which will be slash slash post slash register here, and it should register a new user for me. So let's try to do that. So we need to go now to API slash register. What's the method? What is the method? So the method, it will be the same. It will be post. I don't need to pass any data because I have some dummy data. So let's run it. And as you can see, it returns me the new user I create, as you can see. So I have ID 1, email, password, updated at, created at. So now SQLize created a new user for me. And this user has an ID 1. And because I have this ID 1, now I can create my book. So let's go and create our book. Let's go back to our book. It was API slash book, right? And the method was post, but yeah. So here for the book, I need title, that's it. I need author, I need price, I need image, I need user ID. I have now user with ID 1. So let's try to send it. And as you can see, voila, I've created a new book, as you can see. So as you can see, if I even go here, it will show me that I've created a new book, executed. That new book is being created. Also, a new user is being created here. And voila, it's simply like that. I will not write any query. SQLize will do everything for me. All I have to do, I just need to use my module user.find all, or user.find one, or user.create, or user.update, or user.delete, and that's it. Sorry?
For now, query seems more easy.
Because you are not get used to it. When you get used to it, this one is much easier. Do you want us to build a project together? Okay, fine. I'm gonna build the book with you step by step. And but first let's take a break until 10. Let's take a break until 15 minutes or so. Let's take a break, guys, and then we will
Samir, you're still muted.
Yes, Rabia can't hear you.
Oh, shit.
Now it's okay.
Okay. I can't hear you. Thank you, Ramya. Okay, if I go to the index.js, as you can see, I already have all these settings here. I told you we are importing .inf path and file URL just to construct the path to .inf. I'm importing data type and SQLize. This one is a class from SQLize. I am importing create user and create book because I need to create two tables, one for user, one for book. I'm constructing the path here. I'm going to name it path. And in here, I need to replace it here with path. And here, instead of resolve, I can just use join, which will work as well. Okay. I'm adding my setting for you. I don't think you will need this one, dialog. I don't think you will need this one, and it's for my device only. But if you need, just keep it. If it did not work, just comment this one and it will work. Other than that, we are just define all the setting here for you. All the relation is defined for you. You don't need to touch anything here. If I, yes. Yes, force true. So I can go down here. Where's force true, force true, force true, which is this one. You can just make this one to force true as you like. The problem why I make it false, because when I make force true, all the time I will see some stuff in my console. And yeah, so that's the reason why I see all this stuff in my console all the time. I don't want to see them. That's the reason why I make it false. But now I'll show you. Anyway, I'll show you now what do I mean. After you're done with this one, the book module is already written for you. You don't need to touch anything. You already have it. The user module is already created for you as well. So now all I can do, I can just say npm run dev like that. Click, and voila, something like that. Now, what you need to do after that, you need to go to routes, and I will start with users because I need to have some users, then I will be able to add a book. So in order to do here, I need to different route. What different route I want for the user? So I will need router.get, and I need to send a form, as you can see. And this form here, it will be when the user try to register. So I'm going to name it /register, like that. I need /get also for login. And also I will need router.post. And when I post here, I will post the registration. Same for post login. And now here I need to log out. So I need this route here. I need only 5 routes for the user. You are with me, Daria? Now, after I define my route here, of course, I am automatically importing the route for you also. So as you can see, I am importing the route here in the index.js. And also we are using it API, user route and book route. So everything is set for you. Don't worry about anything. Now what I need to do, I need to go to my controller and specifically user controller. Why? Because currently now I need to write 5 controller for this route here. And as you can see in user controller, I am importing the DB for you as well. I am saying const user, that is my module, it's equal to db.user. and that's my controller. I'm exporting it. Now, how many functions do I need? Well, I need 5. So the first one, maybe I can name it get register form. Get register form. And get register form, of course, here it will not be a sync function because I don't need to wait for anything actually. But first I need to pronounce this one correctly, or get register form. And I'm not sure if I have form here or not in my view. I don't have, I need to create it. So I need to create this form here. Let's name it register form. Come on. Register form like that. Now what I can do, I can copy this one, go inside my view, click on this one and register form.egs like that. Of course, for register form now I need to create my register form here. And here, let's just name it register form. Form like that. I will need a header here, so let's add header. I'll need h1. And here I can just say register like that. And then after that, I will need a form, right? So we can just say form. And what will be the action when I click on that, where I want to go? I want to go to post. Yeah, so it will be slash API slash register, right? Voila. And the method will be? What the method will be? Post. By convention, it should be uppercase, all of it. Post. Voila. Okay, I've defined this method. Now I need, how many field I need? I need 3 field. I need email, I need password, and I want repassword. So what I can do here, I can just add those here. Let's see. So I have username. No, I don't need username. I need email. And here I'm going to name it email. Email like that. Here, the name, it will be email. Should be lowercase. And the ID also, I'm going to name it email. So your email, it will be type text. I need a password, of course. And the password here is the type, it will be password. But also I need a repassword, right? So I'm going to copy this guy here. And I'm going to paste it here. And here I'm going to just name it and repasswords. That should be fine. And I can just now rename this one to repassword. Rename this one to repassword. The type stay password because repassword is the password. So here I don't have type called repassword in the form. And here I'm going to name it repassword. Voila. And now that's my form. And now here, if I go now to in here, so I need API slash register. 404 is not exist. Why? Should have slash register. Is it 504? Yes, it's 54. Am I sending the correct form? Yes, I am sending the correct form. Yeah, because I did not import my function here, so of course it will not work. So now what I need to do here, I need to import the user controller inside this route. So let me import it here. Import user controller from a controller here. And now I can destructure it. I can just say const get form like that. And I can just say comma and add my function. Well, now if I go to the form, as you can see, and refresh, voila, I got my form, as you can see. Okay, that should be simple. Now, Agnieszka, the reason why I say false is false, see, all the time I will see that in the console, because every time it's forcing to sync, and that's not what I want to. So now if I go to my index.module index.js, and now if I say false, I will no longer see this stuff. So if I say false like that, and now here, I will not see this stuff anymore here. It's been synced, that's it. It will happen only one time. I will not see it all the time. Okay, Let's just close this one. Let's go to close this one. Let's close this one. Let's close this one. So the first function I was able to do it, which will be get register form, which is nice. Now I need, of course, to add another function. And this function here, it will be, I will name it register. So let's go to user here. And in here, I'm just going to name it register. Ready? Register like that. And register, of course, it will be async function. Why it will be async function? Why do I need to make it async function? Because I will need to connect to database, which will take some time. So I make it async function here. And now register like that, register. Voila. That should be good. Now, what should I do in register? Any idea what should I do in register? Should we start with?
Try catch.
Yes, we can actually try and catch. You are right, because we are using async, yes. But before that, what do I need? Before the try and catch, what do I need? I need the email, I need the password, I need the repassword. From where I will get those? From the body. So I can just say const email, password from the body, and also I will need the repassword. Repassword like that.
It could be in try and catch or no?
Hmm?
It could be in try and catch already?
It should be inside try and catch?
Yeah.
No. The try and catch, when we try to connect the database, then we will add a try and catch. But here is just in the body here, we are just trying to grab some value. Okay? No, it shouldn't be inside try and catch. Okay, now after I define my email, my password, my repassword, everything is fine. Now what should I do? I need to make sure that the email exists or not, right? Yes, no? So how can I do that? How can I do that? Well, I can just say const user, or user exists if you want, it's okay. It will be equal to await. Now I can use my module, which is user.find1. And in find1, I'm saying where the email is the email. So what I'm saying here, okay, to my module, I want you to find one user where the email, it will be the same as this email. Where email is email, like that. Voila. And now here, how many possibilities do I have? Two. If this guy exists, it will return me an object. If it does not exist, it will return me null. So what I can do here, I can just say if user exists, that means I already have this email, so I cannot register. So I'm gonna say rest.status for 400 send user already exists. And of course I can use EGS. I'm not gonna use EGS. You need to use EGS. Okay. Now we know how to create it. Okay, so I'm saying if user exists, I'm returning rest.status 400 dot send blah blah stuff like that. Now, if I get to this point, that means the email does not exist. What should I do after that? I need to validate. I need to validate password. And then after that, I need to match the password and the repassword. And also I need to validate email. So I need to validate all three. But how can I validate all of that? How can I do that? Well, I already have some util function here, right? So I need to import this function here. So what I can do here, I can just say import validate email from util.validate email. I need to import validate password. Guys, with me. Validate password from validate password. And also I need password is not correct. I need to the other one is called match password. I need to import match password. Match passwords like that. It will be from util.match password. Again, I'm forgetting this one. That should be capital P. What else do I need? I need GWT. I need hash password. I need all of that. So I have hash password. I need to import hash password. Import. Come on. My keyboard is not working. Import hash password. And I need to import also GWT. Import GWT from JSON Web Token. I'm going to move this one to the top because this is the library. Do I need something else? Bcrypt, yes, I need bcrypt as well. Import bcrypt from bcrypt. Okay, now I have all the function I need. If I get to this point here, now what I need to do here, I need to validate email, validate password, and match password. I need to do all of that. So in order to do so, I can just say const is valid email, and here I will just pass it here. Then I will say is valid password, and then do password match, and I will pass the password and the repassword. If three conditions are true, then I'm gonna encrypt the password. So what I can do here, it's nothing new, we're just repeating. If is valid email and is valid password, and do password match, then what I can do now, I need to hash my password here. Okay, so I can just say const hashed password, it's equal to await. I don't need to use await because when I'm hashing the password, I'm hashing it asynchronously, so I don't need to use await here. Okay, fine. So I've hashed my password, and now what I need to do here, after I hash my password, what should I do? After I hash my password, what should do? I should create a new user, right? So let's try to create a new user. So I can just say const user, it's equal to email and hash password. I've created a new user. Now what I can do here, I can just say const new user instant, or let's say, actually I don't need this value, or maybe I need it const user. I will just name it user. It's equal to, now I need to use await and I need to use my module. What is my module? It's user. I can just say user dot create, and now here I need to pass my data a new user, simply like that. But first I need to get rid of this one. Voila. So I've created a new user. After that, what should I do after I created a new user? I need to create a token. So here I can just say const token. It will be equal to gwt.assign. So what I can do here, I can pass the user data, and here's the user data. I can just pass here new user. New user is an object, so I can just remove that, and I can just pass new user. You are talking?
Login. And now we have doing the register.
Ah, yeah, you are right. Actually, I am mistaken. Sorry, you are right. Yeah. Yeah, my mistake. So after I create a user, now I just need to redirect. Sorry, I need to redirect. You are right. I shouldn't create a token because I am inside the register. Res.status 2. Now let's make it 302, and let's redirect to /login. Redirect. And I'm redirect to /login here. Redirect. /API/login. I think that should be fine, yeah? Nothing else to add. So to register here, I'm grabbing email password, repassword from the body. I'm checking if the email, if this user exists, and in order to do so, I can use my module user. Just say, wait, I need to wait because it will go to the database. User.find1, where the email is the email here. So if there is any user with this email, it will grab it. If user does not exist, then I'm gonna just send 400. No, actually, I don't need because I am registering. I'm sorry, if user exists, I should send a response 400, because if the user exists, I cannot register again. And then here I will just say, check if the email is valid, if password is valid, do password match. If three are correct, I'm gonna hash the passwords, then I'm gonna create a new user, and I've added a new user, then I'm gonna redirect to API/login, simply like that. That's fine. Finish register. Now let's do the login. Let's do the login, and after that you can test it. For the login, I need get login form, right? Get login form. In get login form now, I don't have this form. I need to create it as well. Get login form. I don't need to be a sync because it's just a form. I'm planning just to send a form. So it will be login form here. I can just copy it. And now I can go to my view, new file, paste this one, .egs like that. And now here I can go to register form. I can just copy paste it and then modify it. It will be much easier for me. Do that. And here I will just say login. This one should be capital L. And in here I will just say login. It will be API2 login, right? Login, and the method is still post. I will need email. I will not need the repassword in the login. I just need two field only. So I need password and repassword. That should be fine. It's okay. Yeah, that's already clear. That's fine. It looked like I have some problem here. Package cannot find bcrypt. Let me see. Do I have bcrypt here? I have bcrypt.
Yes, in capital letters.
Just a second. Just a second. Import bcrypt from bcrypt. Should be fine. No, it's okay. It's fixed. It's just some error stuck there. Okay. Which line? 42. Yeah, you can add status here. Yes. Status, it will be 200. Yeah. Yeah.
Register form. Line 14.
I
One
put
form.
Yeah, it's two, correct too. But you should know already those stuff we repeated million times, you know. Huh?
That's why they telling you that.
No, you don't have to tell me. You need to do it yourself. You don't need to ask about it. Yeah. Yeah, it will not affect, by the way, it will work, but that's not good practice. What is the second problem? Login form, yes.
20.
Login.
Line 20.
Which line?
20.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm not gonna add CSS. I should not create the form. You should create the form. But anyway, let's go to the important thing. So that's login form. Now let's do login. And login, of course, it will be a sync function. Voila. Let me just close it now. Let me get rid of all of those for now. Let me call this one. Clicky. Okay, that's the login now. If the user tried to log in, what should I do? I need to grab the email and the password, right? I'm grabbing both of them. And now here I need to make sure that if the user with this email exists or not. If it does not exist, that means it's not registered the user. So how can I do that? Well, it's simple. I can just say const user exists. It's equal to await user.find one where email is email. And now here, if the user does not exist, if no user exists, I will send status 400 and say invalid email or password, something like that. Or maybe I can say here, email does not exist, please register. Email does not exist, please register. Voila. Okay, that's fine. I'm using return. So here, if I got to this point, that means the email exists. That means, what do I need to do now? I need to validate, compare the password. So I can just say bcrypt dot compare. I will pass the password and user exists dot password, and here I will have uh, error and is valid. I told you is valid. It will be a boolean. My cookie board is not working well. Is valid. Valid like that. Voila. Now, of course, if I have an error, I'm gonna log the error. So if error, I'm just gonna log the error here. Let's just log it. Error. And then here, what I can do here, I can just say if is valid, then what should I do? If it's valid, now I can create a token, right? I'm forgetting something here. I think I'm forgetting you. Voila. So if it's valid, now I can create my token. So const token, it will be equal to gwt dot sign. And in sign here, I can just pass few stuff here. I don't need that. I don't need that for now. So what do I need here? Well, oh, actually, I don't even need that. Do I have a new user? No. Yes. So I will in sign here, I will pass an object. I will pass the email user exists.email. I will pass process.env gwt secret. Is the name is gwt secret? I don't know. I need to check my .env. .env. It's called token secret, not gwt secret. So I just change it to gwc to secret just to make both of them the same value or the same name. And now here, what do I want after that? Well, I've created my token. Now, what should I do with my token? What should I do with my token? I need to create a cookie, right? So res.cookie gwt. No, I'm gonna name it token and gwt. Token. It's equal to token, and I need to make HTTP true. Token. Okay, I'm still missing something here. Yeah, closing tags, that should be fine. Okay, after I created my token, what should I do now? I need to redirect the user into the home. So status 300 slash API slash book. I think it was book for just single book like that. And that should be good. Voila. And logout, of course, it will be simple. So let's do the logout as well. If we're gonna do logout is super simple. I just need to clear the cookie and redirect to API slash login or API slash book like that. It's totally up to you. Okay, let's try now to insert a new user. Let's try to test our user, see if it's working or not. Which file?
No, you have login, login form, and logout, you need to add to your route.
Just a second, just so for the route here, user. Yeah. Now I don't remember what's the name of the functions. Okay, now it should be fine, I think. Click, 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 click. So I have register, yes. Now I have get login form, and I need to add it here. And I have login, and I have logout, right? And now here I just need to add them here. Here should be login. Get login form, yes. Here should be login. And here should be logout. Okay, now I can test it. I suppose everything should be fine. Let's try to test it. I will go to register here and I will add sam@gmail.com. The password, I'll name it user 1234 exclamation mark, user 1234 exclamation mark. And if I hit register, and as you can see, it was successful, user has been created. And if I have a look at my terminal here, see, It show me that the user is being created here. So the email is Sam here, and it show all everything. So it show me that a query is being executed and new user is being created. Let's try to log in. If I use Sam again and I use my password, user like that, user 1234 exclamation mark, hit enter. And of course, now it will redirect me to /API/book, which I currently don't have. So now I was able now to register and to create a new user. I didn't do anything, as you can see. I just asked SQLize to do that for me, and it did everything job for me. I did not write even a single query. Everything now is done by SQLize, and that's what makes the ORM powerful, because it do all the job for you, and it's also like that is more secure. Okay. Now let's do the book one. The book one, it will be super simple. It will not be like user here. I don't need to have a lot of validation, stuff like that. So what I can do now, I can go to books. How many rows do I need in books? So I need get, of course, to get all the book. So let's just name it slash, name it book, right? Slash book like that. Then I will need to slash router dot post book, yes, but I still need book by ID. I need to be able to update. I need to be able to delete. Okay, I need all these one, two, three, four, five. I need five controller. Let's go to my controller now, book. And in controller book, I have nothing, as you can see. So I need to create this function. So let me create first, let's name it get all. And get all, it will be a sync function because I am planning to go to the database. And voila. And now here I need to be able to get one. I need to be able to create. I need to be able to update. I need to be able to delete. But delete here, I should not use the word delete because it's reserved keyword in JavaScript. So maybe I can use remove. Okay.
For forms, get form for update and get form for add. Because we use HGS, we need two extra rows.
If you want to update, but here you will not implement update. You will not implement update. You will not implement delete is using EGS. You can only use postman to send the request. You got my point? Yes? Because in the browser, I can have two methods only, get and post only. That's what I can do. I cannot do put and delete in the browser. Yes.
We need two extra rows for get method, get update form and get add form. Here, it has to be 7.
We need another one just to add.
Add form and update form.
But we don't really want to implement update.
Okay.
Just add.
Okay.
Because if I'm planning to implement update, that means I need to have somehow to implement the method put, and I cannot use in the browser. I cannot implement put method or delete method. Okay. So now I just need to add another one only just to add a new book. Okay. So let's create these EGS. I can test, update, and delete using Postman only. Okay. Because currently I don't have a front end. I cannot implement, I cannot send a request with the method put or delete. Yes, Daria?
Yes.
Okay, I will add another route here, which will be route dot get, and I need to name it. I need to give a different name now. Here I will name add dash book, and here I will name it add dash book. Happy now? Yes. Okay. So let's name it here get. So create here, let's just say get create form, get create form. It doesn't have to be a sync. It can just be a normal like that. Voila. Okay, let's import our. But you need to speak up because my ears are closed. I cannot hear.
So, because we are having the connection between the users and the books by the foreign key.
Yes.
Yeah. So now maybe you can create a route to see how many books has a specific user.
Yes, we can do that. Yes, of course. No, but we can do that. But you can do that if you want to. All you have to do, you can send a request to get all the book where user ID is equal to the user ID you want, to the user you want, and you will get all the books. It's simple, it's not complex. Okay, let's finish this one now for now. Let's finish this one here. Let me import them first. Import book controller. So I have get books. No, that's not gonna work. Book controller. And here I can just say const get all, get one, get create former, create, update, and remove from all of that. Now I need just to add them here. Get all, get one. Here it will be get create form, I think. And in here, create. In here, update. And here, remove. And so you will be happy, Agnieszka. I'm gonna add another route here just for you. So you will be happy route dot get. And here I will just name it book by user. Happy now? Okay, and after that, of course, I will need a function. I need to create this function here as well. Let me add this function here and just say get book by user, and that should be okay. And I need just to copy this guy, put it here, and I need to put this one here. Yes, because we need a specific ID, yes. So I can just say slash ID here, which will be the user ID. Okay, so now I need to work on this different controller now. So let's go here. I have the book module now here. The first one, of course, it will be when I'm trying to get all the books. So what I can do here, I can just use try and catch directly. By the way, in the user also, I can use try and catch directly. So here, if I have an error here, I can just say, if I have any error, I can send status 500 and I will say error.message or some error occur. Maybe I can just delete this one. I'm sending a JSON, you need to send EGS. So what should I do here now? I can just say const books like that. It will be equal to await. And now I can use my module book dot find. And what's the name? If I want to find all, what should I use? Find all, right? And now here it will give me my book here. I can just say res dot status. Actually, before that, it will be an array. So what I can do, actually, it doesn't matter. No. So let's just say res dot status 200. And what I can do here, I can render just to show you some books render. What the hell happened? Okay, render. And here I can just name it books like that. And now here I can pass my array, which will be books. Voila. Currently, I do not have any book, of course, so I will not able to see anything. But what I can do now, I can just go here and I can create my books. Let's go to the view. Let's create my books.egs like that. Click. And I can create a template here. Books like that. And here I need to loop through them. So I will have, yeah, maybe here I can just say, so books dot for each And here I can just, for each book, I can make it an arrow function like that. For each book, I want to put the title, but not only the title, I want also to put, what do we have also besides the title? Author, we can put an image, which is the most important thing. So here, let's say author and price. I have something extra here. So let me duplicate this one and I will add price as well. And price, I can put the dollar sign here, just like that. And now here, let's just put my image here as well. So in the image, I can just put li. Inside li, I can put an img. And in img here, the source, it will be equal to book dot, we name it img, right? And for the alt, we don't have alt, but we can just use title, yes. And here, let's just close it. And it will be book dot title I can use. Voila. Voila. And that should be good. I cannot test it because I don't have any books currently. But what we can do now, we can get one, we can implement get one now. Of course, to get one first, I will need an ID. So what I can do, I can just say const ID, it's equal to request.param. And after that, I can use try and catch. And in try and catch, if I have an error, I can send status 500. And that means my server, it will be down or something. But well, here I can just say const book, it's equal to await. And now I can use my module book dot find, either find one or find by primary key. I will use find one. And if I use find one, I need to pass where. So where ID, it's equal to ID like that. And here, if this book exists, it will show me. If it does not exist, it will return me null. So what I can do here, I can just say if book, I'm sending a back book, restore status 200 send book. Else I can send status 404 book with ID not found. That should be fine, but why do I have this? I'm missing this one. Well, so that should be simple as well. And now I need to create a form. So let's try to create our form, which will be, what do I name the form? I did not name it yet. So here I'm just gonna send something called create book. I will name it this one here like that. So click, that's in the view, click .egs, and voila. And here I can just say add book. I need a header. I need h1. I can name it add book. And now here I will need a form. And the form, what will be the action here? It will be slash API slash add. I think it was add book, if I'm not mistaken, right? The method, it must be post. And in here, I will need to add different field here. So I need title. As you can see, I will need author. I need pages I don't have. Publisher I don't have. I don't have all of that actually. Let me get rid of this one. So I have a title, I have author, I have price. So let me copy this one. And let me add the price here. So here for price. And here I can just say for price. Here for price. And the price here, it will not be text, it will be number. And here I need to name it price. I think I have image now, right? So let's, no. So let's add the image as well. And here it will be image. IMG. I'll make it just here text. And here IMG. Did I forget any property here? A user ID should not put it here. User ID, you should add it in your so yeah, so it will be in my controller user ID. Okay, I have everything here. That should be fine now. If I go to this guy, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Now it should redirect me to this guy here, and here I can grab const. I can just say const title author price, and img. I get it from request.body. Where does this solution come from? I don't want it. And now here, what you can do, you can grab the user ID from somewhere. I will just say, I can just say now, for now, I can just say const book. This is as my book here. It's everything here. So I have title, author, price, and image. And I can add also user ID, which will be request.user.id. I can save it in the request, but here I'm not going to save it. I'm just passing one for now, because currently I have one user, so I will just pass one. Just pass one like that. But what you can do here, when the user log in, you can save the user ID as a cookie if you want to, and then you can grab it, save it and grab it if you want to. But that's fine. Now all I have to do here, I can just say const try and catch. And if I have any catch, I can just send an error like that. Here the try, I can just say const new book is equal await book.create book, and then I status 201. That should be okay. What should I do? What should I do? For the user ID, I can go back to my user controller here. And when I am login, I should have the user ID here somewhere, right? So it will be in the user exist here. And what I can do at this point here now, I can save user ID. Save user ID. User ID as a cookie. So all I have to do now, I can just say res.cookie user ID and user exist.id. So as you can see here, what I did when the user is going to log in, I save the user ID as a cookie, and like that, I will be able to grab it inside the book when I try to add the book, because I need the user ID. Is this clear here? So now let's go to my book. And now inside my book here, now I need the user ID somehow. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not you. Yes, now I need user ID, but how can I grab the user ID? Well, it's simple. I can get it from my cookie. So I can just say const user ID. It will be equal to request.cookie.user. I name the property user ID, right? And while I grab it, and now I can just add my user ID here. So user ID. And that should be good as well. For update, it will be the same. Delete, it will be the same. So for update, first I will need an ID. So I need to say const, because I need to update a specific book. Const ID, it's equal to request.param. I need to grab the title, the author, the price, the image, all of them here from the request.body. And what I'm going to do now here, I'm going to just say try and catch. Try and catch. And of course, in the catch, if I have an error, I'm going to just send restore status 500. If I don't have an error, now I can just say const updated book is book.update. Voila. So I'm trying now to update the book. I will say await book.update. I am passing here, as you can see, in an object title, author, price, image. Where ID, I need the ID. ID is equal to ID, or I can just type where ID is equal to ID this way. And now here it will update it for me automatically. That should be fine. For remove, it will be the same idea. I need an ID. So I can just say const the structure ID, and I can grab it from the request.param. After that, I can use try and catch. And if I have an error, I can just send status 500. Is dot status 500 and some message error or something. And now here, what I can do here, I can just say deleted book is equal await book dot destroy where ID is equal to ID. And I will send status of 200. And here I don't have to send the deleted book. I can just say book is deleted successful. That should be all of it. So I want, in this example, Agnieszka, which is get book by user, here I will get the ID. The ID here, it will be the user ID, remember. So the ID, it will be the user ID. Now I want to grab all the books, so I can need to use try and catch. Of course, try and catch, if I have an error, I'm gonna log the error. Error, come on, rest dot status 500, that's my error is gone. Just ID. Okay, if I don't have the error, now I can say const books, it's equal to await find all where user underscore ID, it's equal to ID. But I don't think the property in my table is user ID. I think it's user underscore ID, if I'm not mistaken. So let me go back to my module here, my module book. And as you can see, the property here is user underscore ID. So I need to name it user underscore ID. So I need to go here. And where is it? Not user book. And I can see where user underscore ID is equal. Come on. User underscore ID, it's equal to ID. And voila, done. Now we just need to test it. So let's try to test this one. Let's refresh. Nothing is happening, it look like. Not sure why. Let's see. It look like I have some stuff here. Book is not found. Is not defined. Some. True. I don't have any books. So maybe we can add some books first. So first, let's try to. Yes, API slash add dash book. Okay, let's add one book here. Title, let's name it something. Author, let's name it something. Price, let's name it $22, 200, something like that. And now I need an image. I'm gonna copy this one. And now here I can just go to, where's my form? Where's my form? That's my form. Let's put it here and then add book. What the hell happened? Please enter a valid value, the nearest value. Oh. Let's add 22. Some message, some error occur while creating the book. Why? Yeah, but I mean the error here, it's in my AGS. I think maybe I have some problem. Let me just check. Am I passing the books to my render? Yes, I am passing books here. So let me go to my books. And here you can just see books.
On the line, it books storage book, maybe book as well, because they do put.
Let me see, let me check. Books. No, it should be okay. Because I'm passing books here. Let me debug it. Okay, it should be here. Click. And let me try to add.
This book.
Mm.
Yes, we need to add S as an first books or change in your address.
I'm not sure if the route are correct. So here it's add book. It is add book actually. Slash add book. So it's API slash add book, I suppose. Create book, API slash add book. There's no problem here.
No, in your address, books. Test your data. How can I tell you? I have no clue. It's Zoom. I can't. So here in your books, you look
Through the books.
through the books. You but inside your controllers, you have an array of book, the name of the book, without S as in.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I will check. So books. It's books. As you can see, it's books with this.
Sequence to book
41. 41.
41.
Go up.
Not 41. Line 41.
Where is it? I cannot see it. 41.
Go here.
Okay. Const book, yes.
Don't need an S.
Oh yeah, but I did not create, I think, a single book here. Just a second. No. Create a book. What I need to do here, I need to redirect actually. After I create the book, res.status 302, and I can redirect slash book. Let's try again. What the hell is going on here? I have a new book here. No, but this one is create book. It's single book. It's single book. I need to check the form. Just a minute. Just a minute. Create book, and here it's just add book. The method is post, so it should be API slash add book. And API slash book, it should go to API slash book. No, I don't find any problem. No problem at all. Let's just try again to add something. Price 22, image, no, let's just add image here. Now here, let's just go and put a breakpoint here. The only explanation if that's not working is create book, yes, it's correct. So let me click on this one. No. If I go to create, 39, yes.
don't have user ID, maybe it's because of that.
39. Yes, but user ID, that's user ID. Ah, yeah. I forgot something here. Here is not user ID here, it's user underscore ID. Thank you. Let's try again, add book. I still have the same problem, which is strange. Okay. It is create. That should be go here. So this one here, when I click on it, it should talk me to add book, API to API/add book, which it does make sense. Message some error occur while creating the book. What does it happen? Did I add title, author, price, image, user ID? Yes, I add everything.
Line 40.
Line 13?
40.
40.
User ID, you don't need an underscore between user and ID also.
But user ID, I save it as a cookie here. Okay, just a second. I need to log in to save the user ID and then let's try it. I already have a user, so just a second. Let's say /API/login. And here I can just say some like that. And here I can just say user, user 1, 2, 3, 4 exclamation mark. Let's do this one. And now here in inside book, let me just check my cookies. Application. So as you can see, the user ID now it's saved as a user ID, which is 1. And that's my token. So everything is fine now. Now what I try to do now, I will try now to create a new book. So it will be API/add book. And now here, let's add title, let's add author, let's add price, and let's add an image. Copy image address. Let's put it here, add, and I have internal server error. Why internal server error? Okay, at least I have an error now. As the problem it's with my the problem with my books here. It's just telling me here the books is not defined. Okay. Why? Because when I create the user, so it's being created successfully, is try to go to /API/book. And when I go to /API/book, it should be able to render all the books like that. And yeah, the book shouldn't be, but it's an array. Yeah. Thank you. And now let's refresh. And voila.
She deserves a cookie.
She deserves a cookie. You're right. And as you can see, that's my book. Everything is fine. So the problem was here, I was passing the array directly. I need to pass here to my template all the time. I must pass an object. And that's what's the problem. And as you can see, the book is being added successfully. Everything is fine now. And that's your job to do now. You need to create this one. Of course, you need to create a navigation bar here, which will be able to add a book. Actually, I can create a navigation bar if I want to. Let me show you. Nav. I don't have navigation bar. Oh, that's sad. Let's just say nav. Nav like that. And I will need an LI. And inside the LI, I will one for home, but I don't have home. So I will have API/book, right? and that's here. Let's just name it books. I will need to be able also to register our login. So if the user is already logged in, I have books, and I need to be able also to add a book. Let's do that. Let's copy this one. I need add book now. And add book, I think it was API/add book like that, right? And here, let's just name it add book. And I need to be able to log in, register, log out. So let's do add all three of them like that. And here's API/register. And here it should be register. Login, log out. The last one should be log out, but I will need a token to make sure if the user is already in or out. Log out. And here it should be log out. Okay, so I can just check here if token. So I can add angle bracket, percent angle bracket. And I can just say if token. And then here I will add curly brace, just this one here, and here let's just put the closing curly brace here, percent, and I know the closing one here. So if the user is already has the token, he will be able, this one, the user should always be able to see all the book. If he's logged in or not, it doesn't matter. Add the book only if the user is logged in. So I should put it here. If the user is logged in, that means I need to show him log out. Control X like that. Like that. Else, if there is no token, I can just add this one else like that. And I need curly brace. And here I can show these two, which will be angle bracket percent. And here I just need to close it. Voila. Is it clear? Let's just make it a little bit nicer. Okay, now let's go to books here, and now I need to include my navigation bar. So let me include it here at the top. Angle bracket minus, and I need to include, right? Include, and here it will be dot slash include slash nav.egs here, and here I need to pass a token. Token. It will be equal to token like that. But now, of course, I need to have token. So let me go to my books. And here I need to pass token as well. So I can just say const token. It will be equal to res.cookie.token. And now here I can pass my token. Voila. Let's go here. Let's refresh. And as you can see here, because I am logged in now, I can see all the book. I can add book. I can log out. But if I click on this one here, it will log me out. And then here it will show me book, register, and login, as you can see. Yep. I think it's clear if I'm not mistaken. You already given all the functionality related to SQLize. All you have to do now, you need to implement this website, and that should be good.